Now, what is an Afternoon Express cook-along without our resident chef and foodie, Chef Dumi? Welcome, girl.
Feels good to have you guys in the kitchen. You guys are doing too much talking. We need to start cooking now.
Okay, on that note, if you've ever wondered what types of food our late Mum Windy Mandela would cook, then you don't want to miss out on this recipe from the book Hunger to Freedom. It features an adaptation of Mum Winnie's spaghetti and mince recipe, and we're about to show you how to create this elite dish at home. Dumi, talk about eliteness, elite cheese, elite flavor, elite quality.
Elite footsteps to follow in Balesa. This is Mum Winnie Madikizela's recipe. So for us to be making it is quite an honor all on its own. And to start it off, Mama, you're going to be making the mince for us because Mama before she was like, I am the mince queen.
I'm the mince specialist, I tell you.
So you'll be on the mince duty.
Okay.
I'll be on the cheese sauce duty because in essence what this recipe is about is taking Mum Winnie Madikizela Mandela's recipe and putting our little twist. So we, in essence, making it somewhat like a casserole, lasagna type, and it's just using spaghetti instead.
Beautiful. So, Mama, on the meat station, as you say, you are the mince queen. What do we have in front of us? What do we need to make it tasty?
You need onions, your turmeric, peri-peri, and your spices over here with your tomato paste and tomato sauce. And that all that flavor, plus the garlic that you're going to be cutting me there.
Yep,
I've
got your garlic.
Rounds it up nicely.
Perfect. And to make the cheese sauce, Palisa, you're going to be grating up some elite cheddar cheese for us from Clover. And then on my side, I'm going to be making the cheese sauce, which starts off with some onion, butter. We've got salt and pepper, egg, and some flour. Basic cheese sauce. We're just adding that onion for additional flavor and that cheese, obviously, to take it up a notch. And to start it off, all I do is I'm going to start melting my butter into my pot here. As you normally do with any white sauce, Palisa, it is always important to make sure you don't get any lumps, and that starts with making sure your temperature is not too high. We're not trying to burn the butter in this instance. We just want it to melt nicely before we add the flour.
Beautiful.
Mama, I see you've already added all the spices there.
Yep.
Is there a technique to this?
The way I like cooking is to get the spices and fry them with the rice at the same time, and it gets that aroma going on, and it soaks it nicely by the time you put your mince. And I put the paste and the thing lastly.
Okay.
Because it soaks in all the flavors.
Love
Beautiful.
it.
But what I also love about this recipe is that it is pretty simple. I think this is one of the first things I've ever learned how to cook.
I know, right, Palisa? Because mince, one, is economical. Two, it's easy to use. We can use it in this dish that we're making here. You could use it as a filling in a bread. It's completely up to you. It's just about, like Mama said, adding your own little flavors to it and making it your own.
Here's a news flash for you. I don't consider mince meat, although my children love it, I don't consider it meat, actually, because it's not on a bone.
Mama, it's so funny that you say that. My father says the
honestly,
same.
it's just, mince meat is not meat, actually. You don't say that you've had meat today because we've had mince meat, because it's not meat. It's not on a bone.
Oh, Baba used to say, mince meat is for the kids. The kids must eat the mince meat. He wants that bone. He wants to be able to bite into something. Wow. It's so funny that you believe the same.
Yeah, I do. But my children love it. They really do love it.
Awesome stuff. Now, Palisa, into my cheese sauce, what I've done is I've added some of the grated onion. The reason we did the grated onion is because we wanted to make sure we still get those juices from the onion itself. And then to start off our sauce, I'm going to now start adding the milk to it. This is when the sauce part happens. As you start adding your milk, it starts thickening, and you just keep adding gradually. I've seen a lot of people, when they make a white sauce or a cheese sauce, you just add all your liquid in at once. The problem with that is that it becomes harder to get rid of all those lumps.
Yeah.
And you also don't gauge. You might end up putting too much milk and then it becomes too runny, whereas if you add it in a little at a time, you're able to gauge whether it's too much or too little. You know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't get lumpy as well, right?
True.
Okay. So I've just grated up some elite Clover cheddar cheese for you, just to add to that cheese sauce. But essentially, you can play, hey, Dumi.
Definitely.
You can add some Gouda cheddar. But you see, when it comes to the melting down of this elite cheese, would it change whether you use, let's say, a feta, a Gouda, a Tusses?
It would definitely, because obviously the feta melts down a lot slower. Can I have the mince over there? And then, but in terms of what flavor you're looking for, I think that's the most important thing to keep in mind. Okay. What kind of flavor do you want? And then decide which cheese you want to use, the sharper cheeses or more mellow cheese. It's completely up to you. But I'm going to start assembling our dish here.
Okay.
Starting with our mince, follow with our sauce, and then our spaghetti, and then pop it into the oven.
Okay,
Beautiful.
and we're just going to let this simmer a little bit and to mix everything up. But it's best to first start sauteing
all the ingredients.
All the ingredients, yeah.
Beautiful, and just like that, it is coming together amazingly. From our late hero's kitchen to our pots. It doesn't get better than that. To get the recipe, head over to afternoonexpress.co.za.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Elite quality, elite taste, elite texture.
Made with love by Clover.